Hello, how are we doing? Can I see you? Aha, there you all are. Welcome to the Steamie. This is the home of Govan Hill Theatre Group. And I hope you've not been here before, I hope you'll join us this month. We've got a few interesting events coming up. Kate Tempest, the poet and rapper's play Wasted, is on in the second week of the month, and then the Strike a Light, the musical about the Match Girls strike, is on for the 19th to the 23rd. But I'm glad you all joined us in International Workers' Day. I hope those who were early enough enjoyed Viv G. She had to shoot off early, so we're a wee bit later, but everybody else is here, I think everybody else is here, and we're ready to go. So we've got some brilliant acts for you tonight. I'm Jim Monaghan, I'm your host for the evening, and I'm going to start you off with a wee poem. A poem I've been done for a wee while, but I was reminded of this week we already talks about the deals after the election, who might do what and who might get together with who or not, and it reminded me of a poem I used to do about several other deals. Some of us here tonight will have been involved in the many attempts over the year to unite the groupuscules, if you like, in the far left into one coherent electoral force with mixed success over the years. And this is a wee poem about that. And I wrote it actually inspired by a day that a good day, one of the good days up at Glen Eagles when the G8 were there, and on the march there, and the sort of feeling you got for that of what was possible. And this is a story of sort of what happened. There was the FBU and the RMD, Greenpeace and the CPGB, the SLP, the SSP, who at the time still, but only just, incorporated both the CWI and the SWP. There was Maoists, Trotskyists, anarcho-syndicalists, Democrats, Republicans and Marxist-Leninists all marching together with one goal in aim, handing out leaflets that were roughly the same, saying stop the wars, stop the cuts, save the planet, save the schools, get up, stand up, fight back, break rules. And I couldn't help but wonder if we could harness all this power. I mean, the conditions are just right. Cometh the movement, cometh the hour. A conference was called. First to their feet were the SWP, who declared their bottom line: we want a single, unified, socialist state, no here, in Palestine. Green left were next to state their case, and they were just as strident. We demand an end to coal-fired power and a decommissioning of Trident. Hold on, sir, a man for your right to union. I've got workers in nuclear and coal. But the Christie just shrugged, they're no union members, they're basically self-employed and on the go. And then a Republican screamed that our focus must be on national liberation, because there can be no freedom for this world without freedom for our nation. And I couldn't help but wonder, I could have just stayed at home, watched the telly, phoned a pizza, read a story to the way. But then a calm descended over all, for a heartfelt spiritual plea, for the only true neutral in the hall, a Protestant minister for CND. He asked us to stop and think for a while, but what had brought us here together about the power that lies in communion, instead of sniping at one another. But that harmony was shattered by a Lanarkshire galoot who said, the only way you can count us in is if Tommy Sheridan's out. And I couldn't help but wonder, some hills are just no worth the climb. Whose idea was this again? Because it's a fucking waste of time. But there was just one consensus to emerge for all this lunacy, and that is, there is nothing as divisive as a call for left-wing unity. Start with our first act tonight, a good friend of the Bass and Glasgow poetry scene in general. Some of you have seen me before. If you've not seen me before, you're in for a treat. So a big Steamie welcome for our Colin Poole.
A pearly king, a gin-soaked gambler, and the true spirit of the East End. I must stop drinking absinthe, because last night I had a dream. A pearly king was juggling rats and whistling God Save the Queen. I woke up sweat-soaked, screaming. But listen, here's the thing. It weren't the rats that gave me the horrors. It was the pearly king. I hate pearly kings with their pearly fucking hats and other pearly things. They're subservient. They doff their caps, they tug their forelocks too. Their obsequiousness disgusts me. It makes me want to spew. Oh yes, sir. No, sir. Of course I knows me place. It would be an honour, sir, to feel your fine shoe leather on me face. Oh, the Blitz, sir, it was lovely. I wish you would come again. We lived on nothing in bombed out buildings, but you never heard us complain. The Queen Mother, sir, God love her, sir. She was the nation's favourite gran. Or a gin-soaked gambler who never paid the bookie or the off-sales man. But the thing that really gets my goat, makes me mad, sticks in my throat, is when they say, oh, the good old days of the Empire, everything was such a lark. Well, not even in a concentration camp in Kenya, or gunned down inside Croke Park, or taken in a coffin ship to slave until you died, on land cleared of the Arawaks by the Empire's genocide. Children were sent up chimneys and down mines as well, and were forced to sell their bodies just to survive in a backstreet living hell to rich Christian gentlemen who, when they had their way, went back to families and servants, and then in church they'd pray and give thanks to God for creating every living thing and for the natural order that guns and Bibles bring. And still there are those that think a fair exchange is oil for blood, and with their sanctions and their bonds, they turn children into mud. The cradle of civilization is burning, see its mighty glow, but from oppression's fertile soil, freedom's roots may grow. Anyway, getting back to those pearly kings, because I want to set things right. The true spirit of the East End is standing up to fight, from the Matchgill strike to Cable Street to the poll tax uprising. That working people stand together should hardly be surprising. My father fought for freedom, he stood up and we counted, and if he was here right now he'd say, give us another absinthe, son, it's your round. Very much. Actually, he wouldn't have said that because that was from politics, so I wouldn't have talked about that. Also, he never drank absinthe, he drank whiskey. No, but that's what we call poetic licence, which is what his next poem's about, and it's called Verse versus the Bourgeoisie. I applied for a poetic licence because I wanted to be a poet. You need a licence now, though not many people know. They quiz you on iambic pentameter and all that poetry jargon. Then they tell you to make a poem up from words like sassafras and argon. Well, I decided to rebel, to be a fighter for my class, a revolutionary rhymer. Alright, so I didn't pass. I joined a band of poetry guerrillas, and in the dead of night, we'd put on balaclavas, then go out and recite. I was arrested by the poetry police and thrown into a cell. They tortured me with tapes of Pam Ayres, and that's the closest thing to hell. I escaped to rhyme again, so let all nations know it. Poetry is for everyone. Long live the people's poet. Respect to Pam Ayres, she's not at the back, is she? I like Pam Ayres too. It's was it May now? Last month saw the 26th anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster. This is called Justice for the 96. Justice for the 96, remember those that died. You'll never walk alone, the cop with one voice cried. Justice for the 96 from whose paper scabs and spies who did nothing to investigate and just told dirty lies. Justice for the 96 from the football authorities who counted up their money and ignored supporters' pleas. Justice for the 96 from South Yorkshire's finest who learnt the ropes while beating up South Yorkshire's striking miners. Justice for the 96 from the government that betrayed them and chose not to investigate those who by indifference slayed them. Justice for the 96 will the family's pain ever cease, because without justice there never can be peace. I think I've got time for about 2 more. I don't know. This one's a true story. It's called Return of Super Mac. It is honestly. I was sitting watching telly with my greyhound, Super Mac. He used to be a champion before retiring from the track. We were sharing a plate of sandwiches and had 2 big mugs of tea as we watched the greyhound racing live on Sky Sports 3. I could see he wasn't happy. I could tell it in his face. He shook his head and tutted as we watched the final race. Those young dogs are so slow, he said. I told you a true story, didn't I? They just crawl around the track. You better alert the media, Super Mac is coming back. So, he gave up drinking Guinness, and he gave up eating pies. He even gave up his favourite meal, burger, onion rings and fries. He went running every day and worked out in the gym. Soon his legs were hard as steel, his belly nice and trim. So on the day of his comeback race, he was ready and raring to go, and I took him in my Ford Capri to the track at Walthamstow. But when the traps were opened, I couldn't believe what I could see, because there was my dog's hairy arse where his face was supposed to be. He came out running backwards and was winning by a mile, and I had to admit the Super Mac had bags and bags of style. As they reached the final corner, he was right behind the hare, but suddenly he stood stock still and raised one paw in the air. The other dogs were running hard and they saw Mac stop and smile. They stumbled, tumbled, skidded, fell and landed in a pile. He said, I came back to racing to prove I am the best, but there's something more important I must get off my chest. We are all exploited. They treat us like, well, dogs. And in the machine of capitalism, we are mere tiny, furry cogs. So, comrades, I say to you, brother, sister, neighbour, if we are to get a decent deal, we must withdraw our labour. We have to make the two legs see we are not just their playhounds. We need healthcare and a pension plan for when we're old and greyhounds. And a better education for all of our young pups, not just a vague promise of rosettes and cups. We demand a living wage and good food on our plate. I've said that already, haven't I? Have I?
No.
Oh yeah, if you agree then raise a paw, for this I cannot wait. The vote was unanimous, he'd raised the greyhound's ire. And through the kennels and the track, the strike spread like wildfire. The bosses and bookies soon caved in, there was too much cash at stake. And the greyhounds got their just desserts, a bigger slice of cake. Super Mac never raced again, he thought he'd made his point. He likes to sit and chill now, with a Guinness and a joint. I've never seen him so relaxed, his life is free from hitches. He likes to dally with the female dogs, but he'd never call them bitches. The king of the track will run no more, he's put away his crown. And if I put the racing on, he turns over to count down. We'll finish with this one, and we'll introduce the next afterwards. This one is called Philosophy. I think, therefore, I am. I'm pink, therefore, I'm Spanish. I'm not ready for the slaughter, I'm no sacrificial lamb. I am the proletariat, I'm under the claw of a big fat cat. I'll fight the boss and bureaucrat, class traitor, scab and dirty rat. I'm male and female, black and white, I'm plenty more besides. I'm the ragged trousered philanthropist, out shopping for new strides. I'm a starveling in its slumber, I'm the wretched of the earth. They know the price of everything, but don't know what it's worth. They've written my obituary and tried to say I've died, but I'm growing stronger, if you look worldwide. So what if I wear overalls, or a clean white shirt? A call centre is just a factory, without the grease and dirt. I want land and freedom and bread and roses too. Equality, democracy and egg and chips will do. I'll throw away the yoke, I'll break free from the chains. I'll build a brave new world, I'll dynamite the drains. This world is cruel and uncool and I can rearrange it. Philosophers have only interpreted the world. The point is to change it. Thank you. So we're here to introduce the next act. Just a few brief words, and thank you, Jim and Governor Ross, for inviting me, because I was quite a prop and always had to say thank you for having me. Some of you may not know this, but Fatima Ugan, myself and Jim have written a musical about the Match Girl strike of 1888, which was the first successful strike by female workers in Britain, so it's particularly significant. We've got wonderful music by Gavin Livingston. Tickets are on sale from brownpapertickets.com right now, or from the Southside Fringe stall, which will be back on Tuesday in the foyer. So basically, tonight we have three of our match girls who are going to sing one of the songs. We have Marion Boyle, Valerie Brackenridge and Sophia Palmer, and they're going to sing Unity. So I'd like to give a big, warm South Side welcome to the match girls.
tickets Tuesday. Or on brownpapertickets.com. Thanks very much to Colin and to the Match Girls. Is tickling, did anybody like tickling? I got a text, I switched my phone back on and it's Tickle saying he's outside and it's locked. I don't know, the door's well, just one more act before the break, and I'm dead proud to have this fantastic poet here with us tonight. Those who are familiar with the history of the campaign to save Govan Hill Pool remember the Govan Hill swimmers who went out in all weathers with their swimsuits and caps and goggles in the snow to collect money for the baths. And this boy was actually one of the Govan Hill swimmers, one of the original Govan Hill swimmers, a bit of legendary people around here. But I know her, and quite a few here will know her as Leila Josephine, one of the greatest new poets emerged in the British and Scottish spoken word scene in the last couple of years. She's home from skiing instructing in Japan. And we're all jealous as fuck. But when we all go to work on Monday, just remember what Leila does. And she's agreed to come along tonight to support our International Workers' Day night and to perform a poem for us. So I'm delighted to be able to say welcome to Leila Josephine.
That was a bit of a scary intro because now I feel really nervous. But yeah, so I was a Govan Hill swimmer 5 years ago now, and when I was part of the campaign, I was a student, and there was 10 of us, so we didn't really know what we were doing, but it was great fun. And at the time there wasn't really anything here, and there was this big plan and a 5-year plan and a 10-year plan, and it all just seemed really far away. So it was quite amazing today for me to come in, and I've been in since, but it was like a rave night, so it wasn't really the same. But coming in here and seeing the amazing work that's going on and like this amazing theatre and space, it's just really lovely to see. Because when we came here 5 years ago, we were the ones that scrubbed the main pool for the first time, full of pigeon shit, and it took us 2 days of bleach and rubber gloves. So I feel like I've been a wee bit a part of the journey, which is amazing. Yeah. So the poem I'm going to do today, I wrote last year, and it's not much to do with workers' rights at all, but it's a little bit to do about female rights, and a lot of places don't have this right, so I feel like it's kind of part of it as well. And it's called I Think She Was a She. I think she was a she. No, I know she was a she, and I think she would have looked exactly like me. Full cheeks, hazel eyes, and thick brown hair that I could have plaited into dreams at night. I would have stuck up blow-up stars on her ceiling and told her they were fireflies to protect her from the dark. I would have told her stories about her grandfather. We could have fed the swans at Victoria Park. She would have been like you too, long limbs with a sarcastic smile and the newest pair of kicks. She would have been tough, tougher than I ever was, and I would have taught her all that my mother taught me. And I would have taken her to the museums, and there she could see the bone dinosaurs, and look to them and wonder about all the things that came before she was born. And she could have been born. I am not ashamed. I was a teenage girl with boys she loved between her thighs that felt very far away. Duvet days and dole don't do family planning well. I am 1 in 3. I am 1 in 3. I had to carve down that little cherry tree that had rooted itself in my blood and blossomed in my brain. A responsibility I didn't have the energy or age to maintain. The branches casting shadows over the rest of my garden. The thoughts making my heart harden. I am not ashamed. I am not ashamed. I am not ashamed. I'm so sick of keeping these words contained. I am not ashamed. I am 1 in 3. I am not ashamed. I am woman now. I will not be tamed. 70,000 per year, 70,000 per year, 70,000 per year. That's 192 per day from coat hangers, painkillers, the back alleyway way. Don't you mutter murder on me. Worldwide performing abortion like homework, looking for the answers in the grooves of her palms, the bulges in her wellies, bellies, the whispers in our ears, only to be confronted with question marks. Women have been hidden away in the history books. After all, it's history. His story, well, this is her story. Our story, goddammit, this is my story, and it will not be written in pencil and erased with guilt. It will be written in pen and spoken with courage. You will hear it on the radio on your way to work. You will study it in English. You will read about it on the bulletin boards next to the flyer about yoga for babies, because I am not ashamed. I am not ashamed. I'm so sick of keeping these words contained. I am woman now. I will not be tamed. And I have a determination that this determination will still have a form of creation. It will not be wasted, because this is my body. This is my body. And I don't give a fuck about your ignorant views, because when I become a mother, it will be one I choose. Thank you very much for having me.
On Sunday afternoon, if you're not too drunk after the May Day match, for 3 till 5, 3 till 6 in the CCA, there's a big free poetry fest with Leila, myself and a few others. Bram Gibbon and Sam Small and Agnes Torrock, Miko Berry and the Loud Poets, Kevin McLean, Katie Ailes, a few, the best of the spoken word scene in Glasgow, and me. So we're going to have a wee break now. You can get a toilet, get a wee heat through there, get a drink, and after the break we're going to come back and we're going to the fantastic Tickle and our local Southside Socialist Choir, the Night Fights in Lulliwick. Right, enjoy the break. Hello, welcome back to the second half, the best half. We're going to have a couple of acts for you to sing. I have 3 different acts, actually, or 2 that's kind of the same one, but it's important. I just want to welcome you again here for International Workers' Day, because it's important that we meet and celebrate days like this. These are part of our history and our heritage. And whatever you do, do something as International Workers' Day. There's a few things on tonight. There's a lot of UK racism thing, stereo I think it is, including our local pop star from our Slovakian rapper, Lenka Montenegro, LM, who's on tonight with Loki and others. And there's I think at the old hairdressers, Mickey Rooney for the Primeval's doing a DJ set at I think that's the Trades Council that's running that, and I'm sure we'll all see you all on Sunday. So it's important to do this, but it's also important that we keep you come along and supporting the Govan Hill Theatre Group, because we're trying to do something a wee bit different here. We've got a youth theatre group. We're trying to get proper community theatre here and political theatre back in Glasgow, and I think we've done it quite well so far, and we can only keep going with the help and support of everybody else. I'm going to introduce the next act actually, who came here, I think it was 2 years ago. We did a wee May Day thing in the foyer. It was a fantastic wee night of poetry and music. Brilliant night. Wasn't that many people here, but we were all drunk and we were all fired up. And this man was there that night, along with a fantastic Edinburgh poet called Ruth Aylett, who a lot of people don't know is Owen Jonesy's mum. But she works at Harry Watch, a fantastic poet. And so I'm delighted to have this guy back tonight. I first saw him years ago when he was a group of poets and rappers called the Chemical Poets. He's a great friend of mine, big supporter of the Bass. He's come through for Edinburgh to be with us tonight. So a big Govan Hill welcome again for Tickle.
Cheers, guys. I'm just going to move that. I kind of offended Ruth Aylett because I've got a sort of catchphrase which is that poetry is shit and poets are cunts, and she kind of objected to my use of the C word, which is actually quite reasonable, you know. But I got all on my high horse, and then I had to apologise to her later in a private message. But not because she's Owen Jones's mum, just because she was right. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start with the same poem that I'm going to end with, and the first time is for like comprehension, and the second time is for enjoyment. My nose to the grindstone, similar days, Similar pay, given a raise, crap, bit of a slap to that bit of my face. Bite the hand that doesn't feed me, but I'm sick of the taste. Fight the man that loves the greasy cuts completely, minimum wage. King of the fakes, he's tough to beat with bigger displays. Live in an age, is it we have to flash the cash to win the debate? Sybil and Snake say, slinging their mates a bit of the cake. We're kicking the cage and bringing the pain, cause it'd be great to bring in a change. Their austerity merits a heavy levity. Benefits sent to cemetery. Bevins went to spin in his grave. Can't see the evidence set to unsettle sediment of selflessness embedded meant my sentiment is imminent rage. Sick of the pace. Shady papers say they're trimming the waste. Isn't the case. Blatant play delivered to date to break the place. Deliberate hate hidden away. Save for raining into the day, and I take the bait, the differing state I kid on I make with rhythm and bass. Cheers. So it's going like this.
Take it all off!
Sorry, that's called, I think, at the moment, welfare state of mind, I think. While it's in my head, I've got a Twitter account I started last week called Celebrity Lube, which is, I'm tweeting like rhymes of different kinds of lube that celebrities use, like George Lucas uses horse's mucus, or Katy Perry uses plates of jelly. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, do, and if you can think of any yourself, like message me them and I'll post them as well, because I'm kind of running out. I'm not running out of celebrities, but running out of inventiveness, I suppose. But yeah. Fuck New Labour say, fuck the stupid way that crew behaved. Move right, wrong move in a major way. Made their play, they became true blue to save the day. Blame the trade unions, eh? Who betrayed the sobriquet? Fuck New Labour for all the lies to break the law. Organise and make the war. You're the guys who hated poor Iraqis fighting back. It would have been same if they'd invaded your patch. You'd rise to face them all, but claiming score and flaying them raw. Fuck the liberals with rapidity. A limited line in liberty. Equality, no sorry need delivery. Timid and weak, insipid and meek. It's simple that people are slick in deceit. A hollow apology followed that nobody swallowed. They'll stick it to nick. A defeat beat imminently. Given that we didn't vote discriminately. Bringing shit, see, didn't it need bit of hope weaved in, and it means driven and innovative. Have ideas above our station. No liberals giving a shit. What we need is liberation. Fuck the Tories and their cuts are called to suck my balls. Their stories, Maury's and the fucking full, they fuck us all. Glorying in gore and warring, I saw them all appalling. Saw them order soaring, sorts of rock and brawl. Fucking gall, pilfer cheat, I'm telling you filthy thieves. Somebody said they smugly smiling, suddenly selling the silver sea. Their culture one where vulture funds are circling the wildebeest. They're building the keys to kill them with greed, superfluous to fulfilling their need. You kip, if you want me, I'm staying fast awake, seeing some sort of people sleepwalk into shady fascist states, seeking awesome deep retort to meet the crazy bastards. They masturbate to master race themed creepy pornographic tapes. What keeps them horny, cheeky talk of immigration, masking hate, being awful, deemed important, though they're blatant massive fakes. They sought to keep us people uninformed, a classist take, and I hope they get their feet torn off by hordes of rabid apes. I voted yup, yes indeed, but fuck the SNP, messing at the edge at best, still pretty much the recipe that got us in this stress. You see, fucking pseudo-left progressive cheats, those Thatcherites don't actual shite, take more than independence to set us free. All I really do is like angry political poems, and usually people are like, oh fuck, he's going on a bit, but here it goes down. Neil Patrick Harris imports seal fat from Paris. It's probably fair to say that we don't need all kinds of stuff. It's probably fair to say that heaps of people's lives are rough. It's probably fair to say that most of us don't think enough about each other. We're similar. Some of us turn to tribes when times are tough. It's probably fair to say that tribes are overstandable. Advantage of imbibing tribal vibe is wholly tangible. It's probably fair to say it's globally expandable. So please believe this planet can, because man's a social animal. We need a global tribe with the globe inside, and we've got to get it quick or we're going to die. Got to get it fixed, stick to the local vibe, no hollow politics, sick of vocal lies like rhythm of the rain, little bit of pain. Everybody's got to get together with the same, get a bit of better weather with a bit of brain activity, giving me tribal aim. The tribes of people live a life like you guys do. Try and keep it live a life right through life blues, might seek a little nightlife too. Why, who could blame us for that? Try people living life right true, try giving up 11 in my mic, you high, better get together with the type you site. Who could complain about that? Cheers, guys. I'm going to do a non-fiction one about my dad, and then a fiction one. No, in fact, I'm going to do this one first. It's possibly pomposity on my part, but my art is getting by letting fly with ferocity. From the heart I chart atrocity upon atrocity, war crimes as the tanks roll across cities and camps in Palestine. Israel thanks the Brits and Yanks, their sucker stank from the start. Animosity is DOS, is dumb, and bombs are never smart. Israel botched the Hamastectomy, no strikes are surgical in war. The IDF used human shields when searching door to door. Since Al-Nakba back in 48, this rogue state set the tone, and white phosphorus is bad, it burns to the bone. They strip the strip and flip the script, not giving a shit for what they hit. They won't admit the domes, the brittle homes, the little bones they split, considering it is illegitimate to kill civilians, whether it's children inside UN buildings or the 500,000 that they put on a diet. What the fuck? Because of the people the rocket struck, or is it because of the Zionist expansion plan that's run amok? I'll never believe that peace is their goal, as long as they keep control of all of these occupied territories, colonies that grow and grow. We're dealing with land stealing and controlling land they've stolen out, revealing shite excuses, rights abuses they're concealing, and the DEC's appealing for some healing till they're whole, but the BBC's I'm feeling, so it flips the begging bowl, shelling the dwellings, they're swelling the ranks of those rebelling, they're telling the tanks back to the border, restore order, cease attack and show some soul, you fucking wanks, and if time afford, then climb aboard a peace accord. The quest of the people of Palestine is by design, at best ignored, at worst the West at first suggest Palestinians cursed, Israelis blessed, the poor oppressed all push unrest now. Lieberman wants a loyalty test. Unrest ignited by conquest, by these uninvited guests united by their plight. Their fight is righteous, I suggest. I wrote bits of that during in 2000 I wrote the first bits of that, and then I wrote some more in 2006, and I fucking really want to stop writing again. A non-fiction poem about my dad and a fictional poem about my mum. We, maybe 5'3", but a giant, and his love was quiet, constant, strong, and reliant. That's it. Me mum's a pirate with a pirate ship, and I'm not talking wank. She's on a maritime tyrant tip. Don't try and shake a walk the plank or get shot full of lead. Should have said she's got a wooden leg, had a parrot on her shoulder. It died a bit and sore a stand. She chucked it, grabbed her cutlass, and she'll cut you up the fuck. Yeah, she's corrupted, and her crew who is instructed. She's a pirate's pirate, eh? You can hate it or admire it, say no sooner see a cannon than she'll steal that shit and fire it straight at all the good guys. Must admit she must have missed, oh that was a good try. Could have been goodbye to the good times, should have never put that patch on her good eye. Truthfully yes, she brutally suppressed the mutiny with just her sense of duty to see guests were suitably left at the bottom of a ball. She's sodden in grog, she's a bold wee soul, she's an old sea dog. She'll use a cat and nine tails when you gotta be flogged, and see the fact that she's a cat means it's properly logged. Me mum's a pirate with a pirate beard, and I'm not speaking balls. She's a privateer with pirate gear
you're a pirate here at all. When violent pirates here, seems all of them feel small. She's highly feared, and while you're here, she'll order you kill all. She's got some flotsam, want some flossam, lots and lots, and you can bet some. When she's got some, you can get some. Then she's gonna get some jetsam, yes, some jetsam. You can bet a few doubloons, you're soon a nervous wreck. Leave you marooned, the gruesome crew resume their murder quest. She says, no cheek or swearing on this ship, right on the place. And if you do, I swear, beware, she'll tear that lip right off your face. Splice in the main brace, take all the pieces of eight. And the main they say wanna be first mate. Sail everywhere, they're barely scared. The Brits might stop the chase. She's got a dead man's chest. You knew she stuck her gear in. They do their rockin' booty, sunken soon you'll duck in fearing. The crew are drunk and cheering, harpoons are lucky spearing. Buccaneering is the route they're fucking steering. You hearing? Me mum's a pirate, she sails a 7 seas sea. Me mum's a pirate, but me mates never believe me. Me mum's a pirate, ain't you seen him on the TV? I'm bored of sitting sick of sea. It's always fish and chips for tea.
I did consider doing that one first, and like pretending that I had a pirate voice for real. Well, how am I like for time? Oh, cool. I pretty much run out. I think I've said them quicker than I intended to. Russell Brand uses rubble and sand. And Benedict Cumberbatch uses very thick cum from the sacks of any big lumberjacks. I think I've got, I'm going to do, remember the one at the start, the first one? The welfare state one? I'm going to do that one again. My nose, to the grindstone, similar day, similar pay. Giving a race crap, bit of a slap to that bit in my face. Bite the hand that doesn't feed me, but I'm sick of the taste. Fight the man that loves the greasy cuts, completely minimum wage, king of the fake. Tough to beat with bigger displays, living in ages. We have to flash the cash to win the debate, civil and snakes. Ace slinging it makes them into the cake, we're kicking the cage and bringing the pain, because it'd be great to bring in a change there. Austerity merits a heavy levity, benefits and the cemetery benefits went to spin in his grave. Can't see the evidence set to unsettled sentiment of selflessness embedded, meant my sentiment. I'm in a rage, sick of the base. Shady paper, say the German waste isn't a case, blade, deliver the date to break the place, deliver a hidden away. Save for in the day, take the bait, the difference. I couldn't make it for my base. So when we wind up to line up, sign up, fuck to get up somebody ripping a piss to kind of define us as such an enemy, but if we fight up, divide the sides of the rock and kicking the buckets and ripping fucking stride to decide it's enough is enough and we're tough, but we suffer this stuff and it sucks. And in the sucking we've been struck with the guff and the muck. So when we wise up to lies of the guys we trust, somebody come and advise us, but the guys with the lies and the pus. And by the guys with the lies that we need to pummel and pass, I mean the ruling class, of course. I think that's me. Thank you very much for doing it in class. Hello everybody! We're on now to our final act of the night. One of the great things about the theatre group and me and everybody else being based here in this building is incredible things that happen on any given night of the week. You can come in here and there's all sorts of different things happening at the same time. There's like Romanian evangelical churches next door to salsa classes and all that things. And I think about a month or so ago, not that long actually, you'll be surprised when you hear them tonight, Lorna McKinnon started a choir here in the south side, a socialist choir, Unite, Fight and Sing. And it's brilliant to hear them perform at the Bass and to rehearse here. It's great to have them here. It's part of tradition, Govan Hill Bass, to be part of the protest movement. The songs are a very big part of that, and a very big part of International Workers' Day. And so I want you to give a special welcome, because they're based here now, like us at the theatre group, like many other groups. They're based here now, and we're going to start off with Lorna McKinnon and friends. I forgot to ask everybody else's names. Are going to sing a song before introducing the choir, which is a sort of message from our sponsor, because tonight was made possible by a wee donation for the Alistair Hewlett Memorial Trust, another big part of the history in the Bass. So another Govan Hill, Southside, Steamie, whatever, welcome for Lorna McKinnon.
In the
tenements in Glasgow in the year 1915. It was one long bloody struggle to keep ourselves alive. We were counting out the coppers just to buy our scraps of food, when the landlord put the rent up just because he could. All the factories were humming, there was overtime galore, but the wages they were driven down to subsidise the war. Out came Mrs. Barber, free her wee bit single, and she said, I'll organise the lessons if I carry out some men, 'cause I'm becoming. And here's me party, 15 years we graduated, once beginning Park, that some of us boys, that some of us Catholic, we're Mrs. Barber's army, and we're here to do the work. Mrs. Barber made a poster saying, well, no pay higher rent. Then chapped on every door of every coven tenement. She said, print this in the winding when you hear me bang the drum. We'll come out and chase the factor all the way to Kingdom Come. When the poor whistle came round, he was battered black and blue by a regiment in days that knew just what to use. Mrs. Barber organised the cake and all the plans, and they burst out of the singing, armed with pots and frying pans, 'cause I'm figuring. A youthful party, 15 years we graduated, John's beginning Park, there's some of us frauds, there's some of us Catholic, but we're Mrs. Barber's army, and we're here to do the work. Mrs. Barber's army spread through Glasgow like a plague. The maesters got the message, and the message was so vague. Well, our men will fight the Kaiser, we'll stay home and fight the war against the greedy bastards who keep grinding down the poor. So if you want to stop conscription, stand and fight the profiteers. Bring the hill the gullies down with crashing sooner in their ears. We'll no stars in Mrs. Barber while the men we call worried are marching after have their hairs blood washed like water in the drink, 'cause I'm forgiven. And here's the party, 15 years we graduated, once beginning Park, there's some of us frauds. There's some of us Catholic, but we're Mrs. Barber's army, and we're here to do the work. Well, it didn't take the government that long to realise, if you crack down on the leaders, then the rest will compromise. They arrested Mrs. Barber and they clapped her in the jail. They made an awfully big mistake, they let her go. She put the men into the factories on the title of the car. They marched up to the courthouse saying, we'll tear this place apart. Mrs. Barber's army brought the maesters to their knees. We are regiment in place, backed by one and Dungarees, 'cause I'm free covered. And here's me party, 15 years we graduated, John's beginning Park, there's some of us frauds, there's some of us Catholic, but we're Mrs. Barber's army, and we're here to do the work. Mrs. Barber's army, and we're here to do the work.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was going to see my transition. Well, you got there, I know. You do everything we get, I know what the choirs do. Thing to do. That's absolutely brilliant.
What do poets do?
Sorry?
What do poets do?
Talk shite. Dance or drink. That was a fantastic tribute to Alistair Hewlett, who was a major part of the campaign to save the pool, and his songs are part of our history, and you can still listen to his songs as part of the exhibition that's on for the next month as well, the pool songs. And now, our local and home-based choir, Unite, Fight, Sing.
can't find me nowhere. Whoa, come on over to the swimming pool. I'll be swimming right there. I'll be swimming right there. Whoa, I'll be swimming right there. Whoa, come on over to the swimming pool. I'll be swimming right there. If you miss me at the jailhouse, you can't find me nowhere. Whoa, come on over to the courthouse. I'll be floating right there. I'll be floating right there. Oh, I'll be floating right there. Oh, come on over to the courthouse. I'll be floating right there. If you miss me in the cotton fields, you can't find me nowhere. Whoa, come on over to the picket line. I'll be striking right there. I'll be striking right there. Oh, I'll be striking right there. Oh, come on over to the picket line. I'll be striking right there. As we go marching, marching in the beauty of the day, a million darkened kitchens, 1,000 milllots gray are touched with all
Hello? Stay where you are, stay where you are. I think you want to hear another one, what do you think? I really want to hear that. What another one? Yes, come on, let's hear it.
Okay, so we'll do one that's called McDonald's, but it requires your participation. And this originated in the States with the fast food movement, fast food worker rights movement. And a lot of workers that are striking over their pay and their working conditions, and this is what this song's about. So we actually sing it about what's going on in the States, but it obviously resonates with fast food workers here, so we've changed some of the verses as well. So just, I'm going to call it, and the choir's going to respond it, and you join the choir. Okay? Okay. McDonald's, can't you see?
McDonald's, can't you see?
What justice means to me?
What justice means to me?
McDonald's, can't you see?
McDonald's, can't you see?
What justice means to me?
What justice means to me?
Whoa,
Whoa.
Should be, yeah. That was Unite, Fight, Sing. That's us finished. You cannot get boozing or get any town dancing. I just want to say a few thank yous to the actors seen tonight to Unite, Fight, Sing. So just keep the applause going. So we're all McKinnon, the Tickle, Leila Josephine, the Max Girls, Colin Poole, and Vic G, and also to our help us tonight, Alan Walsh, the back there is there on the same part as Alan Dempster. He shows you a pink. Steamie West, who built this incredible place. Bruce Downey, who runs a theatre group. Joe Beaver, who spoke about this earlier. Mark Fernandez, who saved us in the bar. And thank you all very much for seeing so.